Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Monday Motivation here from London. So welcome along. It's great to have you here. I have loads of stuff for you this morning because it's Monday. It's the start of a new week. We can start to affect things in a new way. We can change the way of thinking if we want to. We can do anything we choose to do. And we can make the best of the week ahead. And then consequently, if we just keep doing that consistently in moment by moment by moment, our life will become better and better and better. So those of you that saw me last night will know that Life Remixed has been delayed 1 week. So we've been delayed 1 week, unfortunately. There's been a problem with the Amazon upload. So we're going back 1 week to Tuesday, the 2nd of March. And the three things I wanted to talk to you today about are leadership, mindset, and responsibility. Because all three of those come into play all the time, but certainly when you're faced with any kind of challenge. But before we say that, before we get into that, let's say good morning to everyone. Are you fired up and are you ready to go? Are you fired up and you're ready to go? Yeah, no matter what's going on in your life, you know, if you're down or you're up, everything's great, everything's not so great, you can still be fired up and you can still be ready to go, right? So, you know, even when you get faced with a disappointment, last night's session was about handling disappointments. And of course, I'm disappointed that we're not going to be properly released tomorrow. But the good news is you can keep ordering a signed copy for another week. If you want to pre-order that signed copy, you can just go to markwilkinsonofficial.com. And get yourself that signed copy, because one more week and then it will be ready and we'll be able to send it out after that. So you've got to be able to handle disappointments, right? So fired up, ready to go. Nothing's giving me the fire sign. Oh, that's really good. Diana's here. Good morning. Jason's just saying have a good day, Wilkes. Thanks, Jace. Lovely to have you guys all here. Yeah, look, do keep spreading the word. I just need to update my little date there, which is going to say the 2nd of March. And it's interesting when you get faced with a challenge, how you handle it. Some people red mist might happen and they'll get really, really angry straight away. Other people might be a bit more philosophical or take it in their stride. But disappointments can come. Disappointments only happen when you start to move outside of your comfort zone. That's, you know, if you stay in your comfort zone forever, then you will never get disappointed. But hey, you know, at the end of the day, you'll also never achieve anything. So I think it's important to step up. So Glenn's here. Good morning, Glenn from LinkedIn. Great to have your company, sir. Thank you. Steve as well. He's here. Morning. Excellent. Thanks, Steve. Barb's here as well. Excellent. Dave and Barb. Excellent. Thank you all for your very kind messages of support with a week's delay to Life Remixed. We're disappointed, but it's not the end of the world. There's lots of other things that are a lot worse in the world, and I've been through a lot worse myself. So it's just one of those things. But there's a piece here about leadership. There's a piece about mindset, and there's a piece about responsibility as well. On the leadership front, I love this quote. Leadership is a mindset in action. So don't wait for a title. Leadership isn't something that anyone can give you. You have to earn it and claim it for yourself. And that's by Travis Bradbury. Yeah. So leadership is a mindset in action. So don't wait for the title. All right. Start being a leader right now. Leadership isn't something that anyone can give to you. You have to earn it and claim it for yourself. Okay. Very, very important. Here's another one as well. Let's just say yesterday when I was feeling disappointed about the fact that I realized the book was going to be, delayed by a week, I could have been raging and angry and, come on, it's not my fault. Nothing I've done. But you know what? No, there's no way to be. If there's one secret in leading yourself and other people, is to generate an atmosphere in which others feel at ease and appreciated. So I said to my publishers, look, it's happened. Things can happen. It's all right. As Diana says here, it's only 1 week compared to a lifetime on the other side. You're absolutely right, Diana. And Maria's here as well. Good morning. Thank you, Maria. Great to have you here. Absolutely. It's 1 week, it's not the end of the world at all. And they're just fixing the problem. And we expect to be fully operational by the 2nd of March, when I'll do a Tuesday night DJ mix for you all as well. So that'll be fun. And yeah, look, as I say, it is what it is, but let's make other people feel at ease. No one's done anything deliberately. It's just how it is. And how can we fix it? That's all I'm interested in. Solutions. Let's just find solutions. So that's a little bit about leadership. The mindset piece of things Two of my wonderful clients actually sent me this Louise Hay Power Thought cards. Are really cool, really, really cool. And I was looking through a few before I came on this morning. And I love this one, right? I've got a few actually. Good morning, Graham. Thanks for your message this morning, Graham. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Life Remixed has been delayed 1 week. Hey, it happens, right? So, and the whole bit about leadership as well. I spent last night, I sent an email to every single person who's pre-ordered. And if there are any birthdays out there, because I know it was bought as a birthday present for a few people, if there's any birthdays out there, contact me on WhatsApp or contact me on social media. And please let me make a short video for the birthday boy or girl, just to give them a nice smile and say, look, it's on its way. And, the delays happened. We're sorry, of course, from the end of Amazon and the publisher and myself. But look, let me make it up to you. So if there's any birthdays out there that need a little bit of love and a special message, I'm fired up and I'm ready to go, right? So I love these Louise Hay power cards. They're so good. Listen to this. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Yeah. It's good. It's a really good message. Yeah. I've been there a few times when I've had to dig deep. This disappointment for a week's delay is not it's not like an incurable disease or bankruptcy. It's just like, okay, take it in your stride, Mark, but everything is working out for my highest good. There will be something good. An extra week, more signed copies to send out, more pre-orders. It's all happening. It's all buzzing. We're good we're good, I should say. We're happy and we're moving forward. Here's a good one. I radiate acceptance and I'm deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. Yeah. I radiate acceptance, and I do. I accept everyone. Everyone was so apologetic to me yesterday. We're so sorry. We're so sorry. So I said, look, I'm disappointed. It's okay. Let's move forward. It's this really not the end of the world, right? I'm free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I'm now becoming all that I am created to be. Book's coming soon. Book's coming soon. And here's a good one as well. The past is over and done with, has no power over me right now. Okay. I can begin to be free in this moment. Today's thoughts create my future. Yeah. Many people spend a lot of time and they think about their bank, they look at their bank balance and they're like, oh, this is not what I want. This is not how it is. But if you keep thinking about what you don't want, you're going to keep getting more of it. The secret is to change the way you're thinking today so that the future is going to be much, much better. I'm constantly doing it. All my clients are constantly doing it. We keep working. It does work. Over a period of time, of course, it works. You have to plant a seed and you have to wait. If you're going to have a baby, it takes 272 days, I believe, to have a baby. It takes a period of time to actually be able to change something or change anything or plant the seed and let it grow, right? So I can be free in this moment. Today's thoughts create my future. I am in charge. I now take my own power back. I'm safe and I'm free. Look at those. Those are beautiful every single morning. Every single morning. Those are amazing to be reading those. So I've got those Louise Hay's power cards there. Louise Hay just recently passed a couple of years ago. What a spiritual person. What a beautiful woman. Jay's just saying, Mark, can't wait to chat. Hope you're well. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, looking forward to your podcast. So I'm going to guest on that shortly. And then Kylie said, just another week of being excited to receive Life Remixed. Extra excitement is never a bad thing. That's it, Kylie. We're building the excitement by the week's delay. Yeah. I wish I could say it was planned. It wasn't. But anyway, so a bit about responsibility as well. Here's a good thing about responsibility. I've been talking to some clients recently, and this has come up a few times. Even Emma and I were in discussion about it yesterday. The difference between being responsible to and responsible for. Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about being responsible, what it means to be responsible to and responsible for? There you go. Steve's just saying, yeah, Steve's going, you got another week to work on it, mate. It's all good. You're absolutely right, Steve. Thanks, mate. And it's when Peggy McCall says, when the book comes out, it's 5% done. There's still 95% still to do. So all this 18 months that we've been building up to this is, or 6 months of these lives certainly is 5% done. So yeah, dusting myself off and ready to go for the other 95%. So anyway, look, responsible to and responsible for. Have you ever thought about that? It's very, very interesting. Many people get it confused. Many people get it confused, responsible to and responsible for. When I challenge people, which I do, I get people to think, I ask them to sort of like think this through. So many people think they're responsible for just about everyone else around them. It's a huge mistake. Okay. It's a huge mistake because you're not responsible for anyone. The only people you're responsible for are children below 18, legally, of course, and morally, of course. But the point is you're responsible for those children until they're 18. Okay. And then, of course, you change it. It becomes responsible to them. They become adults and they have to go for it themselves. And then, of course, you're responsible to them. You're responsible to them by being the best version of yourself. So in this recent, blip yesterday, I'm responsible for my own emotions. I'm responsible for my own responses. I'm responsible for me completely. But I'm responsible to everyone else to be the best possible leader and have the best possible mindset of, okay, it's all right. Let's find the solution. Don't worry about the sorries or anything like that. Let's just stop that. Solutions. Let's go. Where's the best? How are we going to fix this? What's going to happen? Yeah. And that's the way to be. Honestly, I've learned this the hard way, but this is the way to do it. Honestly, it really is. Responsibility truly is the key to freedom. But just remember, who you're responsible to and who you're responsible for. Okay. Very, very important. Many people, sometimes even in my own experience, my mum, she ended up being responsible for me until I was nearly 40 years old. When I collapsed and ended up bankrupt and everything else, and she helped me. God bless her. Of course she did, and as any good parent would. At the same time, responsible to and responsible for. I'm now responsible to all the people around me. I'm responsible to Emma. I'm responsible to my mum and my brother and all my family and all my friends. And to you, I'm responsible to you to turn up. Trust me, there's a moment this morning and there's a moment last night when I was like, oh, perhaps I won't bother doing the lives because, I'm feeling a bit disappointed. Excuse me. But no way. I'm responsible to you to turn up and have these talks. And I love you, loads of you watching, and I love all the messages. And I'm a huge people person. So yeah, I love to be liked. I love to be liked. I love to be even better to be loved. So let's keep going, right? So personal responsibility is what this is about. Yeah, responsibility is the key to freedom, and it's your personal responsibility. The hardest thing I had to do was take responsibility for all my results that were not what I wanted. And that was really challenging. When there was results that I was like, I'm not happy about this. This is not what I'm happy about. Then it was Bob Proctor reached me and he said, well, you got to take responsibility for it. I was like, right, okay. But I did, and life got better. So it definitely works. You can only change you. You can't change the world. If you're trying to spend loads and loads of time in your life trying to change the world and outside results, anything, could be anything. If you're trying to change loads of things around you all the time, don't get me wrong, if you've got a cause and it needs to be seen through, then of course put a bit of time aside and do that. But don't spend your entire day, your entire life trying to change the outside world, because that is not where the power is. Here we go. Diana's here. Look, I'm so glad you're a great way to start the week. I'm hearing you taking responsibility and solution focus. That's it. That's all it is. Every successful leader in business does exactly that, Diana. Takes full responsibility for everything and only focuses on solutions. Yeah. I've had great leaders. I've had not so great leaders. And the great leaders take full responsibility and focus on solutions. They don't blame anyone else for anything. Yeah. A blame culture. For me, blame is for the weak. You don't need it. You don't need it in your life. None of us need that in our lives. No one needs blame culture and blaming each other. Oh, it's his fault, her fault, their fault, this fault. Circumstances. People love to blame circumstances. You're not going to get what you want if you want to blame circumstances. I could sit here and be like, it's not my fault. I'm going to hide from the camera. Not going to take responsibility for that. Not going to email everyone last night who's pre-ordered. Not going to, no. Stand up, be counted, take responsibility, full responsibility. Of course, many people have pre-ordered, which we're massively grateful for. And the book will be with you. It absolutely with you. Just be there as soon as possible. Here on the blame culture, Mark. Great shout. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, mate. How many businesses have we all worked in where there's a blame culture? Always blaming other people. Just imagine for 1 minute Matt and all of you, just imagine for 1 minute a cultural workplace where every single person was entirely responsible for their own results and then all supported each other to uplift. Imagine that. The corporate world that I've experienced cannot be like that. Yeah. And I experienced it over the last decade when I was bouncing back from bankruptcy. The corporate world is a blame culture a lot of the time. And that blame culture can really, really impact onto other people in a big, big way. And if you're not able to deal with it, I think it's important. Here we go. Kirsty, this is great, Kirsty. I love a challenge from Kirsty. I think you're always a parent. Yeah, of course, you're always a parent. It doesn't switch off at 18. Of course not. The dynamic does change. Even when they're 30, you are responsible. Yes, you're responsible, Kirsty, and I agree with you. But you're responsible to them, not for them. It's a huge difference. Absolute huge difference between responsible to and responsible for. It's really important. So yeah, I'll be more than happy to chat to you about that in more detail, Kirst, because there's a subtle shift there between those two things. You'll always be responsible to your children. I'm always responsible to Emma, my mum, my brother, all of you guys. I'm absolutely responsible to all of you. But I'm not responsible for you. If there's a negative reaction to me and what I'm doing, then I'm not responsible for that. That's down to others. Matt says that sounds like the ideal workplace. You're right, Matt, and I'm on a mission to create it. Trust me. That's the rest of my life dedicated to helping other people. We of course use the e-colors and Equilibria to do corporate coaching, which is fantastic. And here we've got Lewis. When you point a finger at someone, there's 3 more fingers pointing back at you. Yes, mate. What you give is what you receive. Yeah, karma. The law of karma basically states that what you give out is what you get back. There was no point in me being frustrated or angry or disappointed to a large degree yesterday. It was just about taking it in my stride. No point in pointing fingers at anyone or blaming anyone. It's just like, right, okay, how can we fix it? Let's get it fixed. Life Remixed will be out on the 2nd of March. But yeah, it's really important, I think, to stop fighting things that are outside of yourself. Stop fighting things that are outside of yourself. Let's just fix our own responses, our own circumstances, our own reactions. It is about changing perception. We've got ingrained beliefs that have been put into us by people from hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. They've carried all the way through us. We believe that our beliefs are right and other people's beliefs are wrong. Yeah. But if we actually got into this place of just a bit of total acceptance and like nice and cool, learn to react and not respond. I went straight for my wrist there, because that's where we talk about pause and play for the different type of e-colors. And if you want to join an e-color session, you're more than welcome to in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's all about responding. No, let's just respond in a calm fashion to make sure that we don't need to have arguments. There doesn't need to be problems. We can all work together. We are stronger together for sure, and we can all benefit from each other's experiences. I know that. So I'm sure many of you, hundreds of you, if not thousands of you, will be responding and getting Life Remixed shortly. If you do want to still pre-order a signed copy, please do. We're keeping that open for another week. So just go to markwilkinsonofficial.com. Get your signed copy bought, and then of course we will be sending those out just as soon as we get the AOK from Amazon that it's all uploaded correctly, and then we'll be sending them out to you all, which is exciting. As I say again, if there are any birthday presents or anything that's been bought in there, you've just got to contact me separately and allow me to send a video, please, to the birthday boy or girl, just to explain what's happened and give a big love on their special day. And Life Remixed is on its way soon. Apart from that, that's it from me this morning. I've got nothing but love for every single one of you. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. And now let's get moving forwards. All right, listen. Oh, hang on. We've got one more from Lewis. What does it say here? Worth considering. What can you do this week regarding the book launch that wouldn't have happened had you launched tomorrow? Absolutely right, Lewis. Thank you very much. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. The leadership way to go is to look for the crisis, look for the opportunity in every crisis, and make sure that we can find a new way. Now, this is not a huge crisis, of course. It's a 1 week delay on a book. But at the end of the day, what can we do in the next 7 days that we wouldn't have had time to do? Big love, Kirsty. Have a fab day. Yeah, absolutely. And I look forward to catching up with you soon, Kirsty. You and Tim and the rest of the team are all mentioned in my thank yous as well. So big love to you guys. Listen, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will be back live. Oh, I must remember as well, tomorrow evening is the very last Life Remixed samples. So tomorrow night I'm doing chapter 14, Life Remixed, the samples at 7:30 p.m. It's the last one, so I'm going to talk about celebration, and then from there on the Tuesday evenings we'll be doing something different going forward. But tomorrow night we're looking at chapter 14, Life Remixed, celebration, and then of course the following week is the release and the release party. So it's all good. I've got nothing but love for you all. If you want to listen back to any of the DJ mixes from Saturday night, just go to mixcloud.com/Mark Wilkinson. There's Heather. Thank you. Keep smiling. Look at that picture. I love that picture of Heather and Dean. Yes, that's it. Keep smiling. The book will be on its way very, very soon. And the endorsements we've had are just mind-blowing, incredible stuff. So who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But it's all beautiful. Listen, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Big, big love from me and from London. See you soon.